Hi Scorpio, this is Jody with Soul Purpose Tarot. I am in Carmel, Indiana. I am a Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising, Sagittarius Moon. If you have been here before, welcome back. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What I normally do is let flip, fly, or fall anywhere from 5 to 7 tarot cards. Take a look at that. Are we looking at life, love, career, or health? And then clarify with various oracle decks. I am using a different deck today than I normally use. I'm using the Psychic Heart Tarot by John Holland. So it's given me a little bit different information, and I kind of like it. Something changing things up a little bit. So let's see what's going on. Second half of August for Scorpio. Do I want that one? No. Actually, I think I want that one. No clue how that works, but... Alright, first card is move. I don't know if that means literally move your body or move houses, but we will keep going and seeing what it's saying. Detach. That would be detached from any endings, any expectations, let go of how you see the future happening. And maybe, I think this happens to a lot of people. I think a lot of people will not move or take a step forward in any direction because they feel like they need to have the end all planned out. And it kind of puts them in paralysis because they can't figure out how to make it happen. They just don't do anything. So I feel like that right now is saying detach from the ending, whether this is a relationship, a job, whatever the future is, whatever you think is going to happen in 6 months, detach from that and make some sort of forward movement. And I also feel like it's saying, because that move card has a big heart on it, and the detach really does not, detach from the doom and gloom, and if you do that, you will move closer to fulfilling your heart, is what I feel like that is saying. So you feel like you need to have everything all planned out and you can't figure out. Listen, I feel like that's listen to your inner self and just take the first step and don't worry so much about how it's all going to plan out. I feel like I'm doing that with my embrace. To me, that's just embrace how it unfolds. Because if you detach, then if there are curves up ahead, a right-hand curve and a left-hand curve that kind of shows up, you will be able to embrace those curves instead of feeling like you need to have a straight line from here to there. I feel like that's what they're saying, is detach that plan from having a straight line from here to there and embrace the possible curves that could happen to get you from where you are now to where the universe is trying to get you to go. I started to say, I have that sort of in my relationship with the person that I have been seeing for the last couple of years. I honestly cannot even in a million years figure out how the hell we are going to make this work. But the first step is we need to get to know each other better. So that means we need to start spending some time going to dinner, hanging out, doing whatever, and quit worrying about what's going to happen after that. 3 cards fell out, so I'm just going to take them. Healing begins. I feel like healing begins if you take that first step forward. And love abounds. So that goes along with... I feel like that's kind of like saying you're going to get your heart fulfilled. Heart's fulfillment, love abounds. If you just kind of start making those forward steps and not worrying about how you're going to get there and when you're going to get there and just not worry about the curves that may come up. I mean, you're going to have to be like Gumby and awaiting results. Okay, so what does that mean to me? Maybe awaiting results. How does that play into this? Maybe you're waiting for something before you take that first step. What if you don't get your results for another 6 months? I'm just saying. I don't know. I don't know what you're waiting on. I don't know what kind of results you're waiting on. But it's like, I feel like there's this paralysis. It's like, but I need to find this out, and I need this happen. I need this to happen. I need the, it's like you've got this list of things that you need in your head to happen before you can take that first step forward. And it's not doing you any good to do that. I'm just going to say. Because obviously the first step is, the universe is saying, is move and detach from how you're going to get from here to there. Just make a move. Do something. And I know we've had this conversation before. I know I've done this reading before where it was like, you have a list of 50 things in your head that needs you to be done to get you from here to where you think you want to go. And the list of 50 things has got you so paralyzed that you can't even like begin. I mean, it's kind of like me and trying to do my taxes. It's like, I freaking hate doing my taxes because I'll be like, da 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 da. So I will give myself permission to just like get the box out today. Okay, so today I'm just going to separate my items, and then I'm going to work on that. If it takes a half an hour, 45 minutes, and then I'm done. And once I get started, I usually end up working on it a little bit longer, or I'll set a timer and say, all right, I'm going to work until my timer goes off, and then I'm going to stop. And I feel like that's kind of maybe what the universe is trying to say, is just make some sort of forward movement. You don't have to do it all today. You don't have to do it all in the next 24 or 48 hours, but you're not doing anything, and it's just delaying your happiness. I feel like, comforted. This was an emotion. Reassured, consoled, nourished. Now I'll tell you what I feel like I'm seeing there is, on the days that you get really super overwhelmed, you may just crawl into bed and just go, I can't deal with anything today. You know what? There are days that I feel like that too. So if that's, I'm not going to beat anybody up if they do that. Some days you do just want to crawl in bed because you've got so many things. But at the same time, if you've got your list out, don't feel like you have to do them all that day. Check 2 off today and 2 off tomorrow and 2 off the next day, and pick the easy ones first if you want. I don't care. Just do something. I feel like afraid that came up upside down, but I feel like that needs to be upright. You're afraid, afraid of making a mistake, afraid of doing it wrong. You're attached to the perfect ending. And I feel like the universe is saying, let go of that perfection. That's what's holding you up, is thinking you have to do everything perfect. And because you have to do everything perfect, you must have some Virgo in your blood, because Virgos have that tendency of feeling like they have to do everything perfect. Trusting did come upside down, and I'm leaving it there because it also kind of came, it's a little bit under detached, is not trusting the universe, not trusting yourself, there's something about not trusting your intuition, because it kind of fell underneath the listen card. And to me, that is listening to your intuition, the nudges. If I feel like your intuition has been nudging you for a while to do something and you keep ignoring it. because you don't trust the process. You don't trust your intuition. You feel like your intuition must be telling you wrong. My intuition would not be telling me to quit my job. My intuition would not be telling me to do something illegal. Why did I just say illegal? Something that you feel is illegal, that maybe isn't illegal. There's some sort of fear around something that you think is, I don't know, whether it's illegal or whether it's just you are not a rule breaker. Let's back up. Maybe it's not necessarily illegal, but you are a rule follower. And there are some people that are rule followers and they will not cross that line for nothing. I've always been kind of a envelope pusher. I may kind of break some of the rules a little bit. I'm not like a blatant out and out, like, you're just not a rule. You're not a rule breaker. You're a rule follower. So there's some discomfort about getting in a gray area. Let's say that. I'm not going to recommend anybody do anything illegal, but it has something to do with, I just missed the powerless. You're feeling powerless. So there's something about, hey, just like, I feel like if I was doing, I think it's the 8 and 9 and 10 of swords, they're all about being all bound up in your head and feeling powerless. And the powerless that you're feeling is your own thoughts. That's the biggest problem, is your thoughts are what make you feel powerless. But your thoughts are also the ones that make you feel powerful. So you need to flip that script. Peaceful in the reverse position. So something about this does not feel peaceful. So don't do the steps that don't feel peaceful. But do the steps that do feel peaceful at this point in time, and maybe down the road, some of that peace will come in. You know what? I don't know what this means. And one last, receptive. Be receptive to letting the universe lead the way. Again, I feel like you're resisting. You are resisting the universe and the nudges that you have been getting. I also feel like that's starting to bother you, because you're noticing that there are things that you should be doing and you're not. So whatever this is, again, is this a relationship that you need to move forward on? Is this a business opportunity? Is this moving houses? Is this moving your body? Or, starting an exercise program? I don't know. It's however this resonates with you. So let's see what holds you back from taking that first step. What is holding you back from taking that forward movement? Whoa. Divine timing. So you're waiting on the divine timing of some sort. Again, I feel like that's a little bit of awaiting results. It's like I feel like you're waiting on the divine to give you the perfect timing. So something about that is you're not moving forward because you feel like the timing isn't here. At the same time, if there are 50 things that need to be done, there could be other little things that you could do to get the process started that isn't like the big major jump, like the fool jumping off of the cliff. But there could be other things that could be getting you lined up to start this. Fresh start. Fear, I feel like that's a fear of a fresh start. Fear of the unknown. Compromise. Not wanting to compromise something. Not wanting to compromise something. Something you're not wanting to compromise about. You want it to be your way or the highway, I guess. And that's part of what's got you stuck. So what else is going on? What else is stopping you from forward movement? Regret. Perhaps you have done things in the past that didn't work out. So I feel like there's fear of making a mistake. Your ego is, I wonder if the pride and ego card will come out. Your ego is part of what is stopping you from moving forward. Fear that you are going to make a mistake. fear that people will make fun of you, fear that you don't know what you're doing, fear, 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 fear. A lot of fear coming in here. Fear that your intuition is going to steer you wrong. Fear that you're going to not be able to handle the curves that may come up ahead. You have very little faith in yourself sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it feels like you don't have a lot of faith in yourself. What else are you afraid of? What's stopping you from taking that first move towards this love abounds, fulfillment, wish fulfillment? Inner child wounds. Somebody made fun of you when you were in 5th grade or something, and you have never been able to let that go. So even as an adult, you're like, oh my God, somebody's gonna make fun of me because I did this. You gotta be able to shut those people out and shut them off. Everybody is not gonna like what you do. And you gotta do this for you, not for them. New direction, fear of a new direction. So we got a fresh start and a new direction. There's 2 things. So that does go along with this. It's like you are very fearful of starting something new and something out of your comfort zone. There's a lot of stuff here it's like, oh God, getting out of your comfort zone is what's stopping you right now, I feel. Fresh start, new direction to me is like the same thing. What else is stopping you from making that move? One little step forward. Big dreams. You must have some really, really, really big ass dreams, and you cannot in your little mind imagine how you are ever, ever, ever gonna pull that off. Well, you're not if you don't start it. And so what? You know what? Maybe your big dreams only turn into mediocre dreams. Does that mean you were a failure? No. Maybe it doesn't get nearly as big as you see it in your head, but what if it's middle of the road and that still makes you happy? Then is there anything wrong with that? No, you've had success, you've moved forward, think about it this way. I always say our jobs are to heal and help other people heal and help raise the vibrations of the earth. So maybe your big dream is you want to heal, 1,000 times or 1,000 people a year, and you only help heal 500. Or maybe you only help heal 50 people a year. Is that bad or wrong that you are helping heal other people and raise 50 people's vibrations instead of 5,000 or whatever? You know what? Maybe your big dreams are so big that's what stops you from moving forward. Okay, so I've got all my decks out here. I want to see what I want to ask what we can look forward to. And of course, the one deck that I have is way back in the back there. You know what? Actually, I'm going to do life purpose cards, because if this is a life purpose change cards will come out, and if this is not life purpose, work related and something else, what can you look forward to if you just make that small little move in the right direction, the nudge? If you just start working on that nudge that has been kind of bugging you for however long, what can you look forward to? What can you look forward to? If you just take a few little baby steps forward, what can you look forward to? Practice, okay. Polish your skills by practicing regularly. So you're going to be practicing something. And obviously I assume you like what you're going to be doing. So so maybe that is a step towards moving in the right direction, instead of, this comes up a lot. Instead of having the big giant practice, you practice on your friends and your neighbors or whatever, and just do little baby steps, because You know, maybe you do bring that down from, I need to, help heal or fix or do whatever 5,000 people a year. And so instead, knock it down to 2 a month, 2 a year. I mean, as long as you're helping people and raising the vibrations of the earth, don't let your crazy, wild, big dreams stop you from helping anybody. Speaker, your life purpose involves your skills of oration. So if you make a little forward movement, you're probably going to have to speak up and start telling people that might be a little out of your comfort zone. It doesn't mean you have to get up and on a stage and talk to a whole bunch of people. Maybe you just invite some people over for a picnic and you tell those people and start opening your mouth about it and talking about it at something like that. That's more in your comfort zone. What else? What else can you look forward to if you make a little bit of forward movement? Keyword being move. And then we'll stop. We'll get a couple more. What else can you look forward to? I want that one. Sensitivity. You're becoming more sensitive and need to make changes accordingly. So that might be where that nudge is coming from, is like you are being super sensitive to negative energy. Maybe you're realizing maybe some of the people that you've been hanging around with are not good for you, and maybe you need to go hang out with some other people. Maybe that's one of your first movements, is adjusting some of the people in your life, hanging out with more people that would be interested in what you want to do to get where you want to go. I mean, there's so many things. Okay, there's 2 that just fell out, so let's see what these say. Let go. Walk away from this situation in order to resolve it. I believe that would fall under detach. So detach from how you see things happening and let go, and that will probably help things. I feel like that's a lot of what's going on here, is like you've got this one picture in your head, and the universe is like, you know what, if you would just let go of that picture, we'll give you something that you will be perfectly content with, but you've got your mind wrapped around this over here, and they're trying to get your mind wrapped around this, but you can't let go of this. Last thing. Oh, there's another. Well, heart's desire. I thought I had a heart's desire. Maybe I don't. Heart's desires. The angels are supporting, guiding, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. I think I've said heart's desire. Basically, we've got love abounds. To me, that is heart's desire. So they're trying, work with them. Work with the universe. Work with those intuitive nudges. Make little baby teeny moves to get where you want to go, and try to let go of the big giant picture in your head that is overwhelming you and making you just not do anything. So I'm going to stop there. I will see you guys 1st of September. Talk to you later. Bye.